And we finally doing it.
We are finally doing it. That is so crazy because we've been talking about it. And we had our session. And then we were like, let's do it because me getting out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is on the spot.
It is. And we didn't even know, but hey, here we are.
Here we are. And 3, 2, 1, we're on. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So what we're doing, we're not going to overthink the process.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the topic would be a good topic for today.
Yeah, definitely.
Overthinking.
Because I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
The overthinker.
I think everybody deals with overthinking.
Well, not anymore, because I'm not going to overthink as much anymore. But I'm an overthinker. That's why I was like, let's talk about overthinking. Because we still diving into that. That's not like a overnight process.
No, it's not.
You know. And we just went over a good old conversation. And I'm over here like, wow, now I know why I overthink and what causes me to overthink. So I was like, let's talk about it now.
I'm glad you said that. We went into a deep conversation about going into that. Because one of the things I always usually talk about is like, we're not going to go into the past. We're not digging up old things. We're not digging up old shit. But sometimes in order to get to the actual
roots, you have to, because it comes from somewhere. And sometimes we need help figuring out what that is. And that's what you did for me. Because I was like, why am I like that? Like, what made me even go there?
I feel like we all have some sense of overthinking anyway.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
Because
we're human.
Level,
it's cool. It's just about what I'm realizing is don't go too far, though, because you get kind of crazy with it and then you just convincing yourself something that's not what it is. So that's the part that I kind of want to work on, because it's just not, to me, it don't feel healthy, a healthy way of being in life, at least in the direction that I'm going in. So I'm trying to get to like the root of what we worked on today. So now it makes more sense and easier to not do as often, because we be so in one way track of mind. And it's like until you talk it out loud and you hear an ear on the outside, and, you know, in your space, at least, because not everybody can say that. You be like, okay. But to put it in perspective in that way of like, that's what we're doing to ourselves. It's crazy. Sometimes I feel like a crazy person.
You know, they say the crazy people are the ones that talk to themselves and answer themselves. I have to just bust that bubble at this point. Because I mean, now obviously if we see someone on the street and they're talking out loud and they're answering themselves, we automatically think crazy. But when you think about it, and Eckhart Tolle brought this to my attention, I love his book, The Power of Now. I'm actually rereading A New Earth right now. Love it. It brings you into a present state of being. But he was just saying how he ran across a lady that was talking to herself out loud and in a deep conversation, and how when he followed the trail of her or whatever, they end up going to the same space. I think she was a part of like a whole study or whatever. So then he goes into the restroom and he looks at himself and he's like, I don't want to turn into that. And then he starts realizing that he's thinking the thoughts, talking to himself, answering himself, just not out loud. Like we all have that dialogue in our brain. It's just not talking out loud. So to say someone is crazy is the fact that we just keep that shit inside, but we're still doing it.
Yeah, everybody. That's
we're
so
all
true.
doing
right.
it.
And I'm sitting here saying look crazy. We're
all
crazy.
We all got a little crazy in us, you know, and there's some crazy, and then it's just, okay, we just all got a little crazy.
Medicated crazy. No, just kidding. I don't take any medication.
Right. No, you know, a little cocktail or so might work from time to time, but you know, hey, meditation, be mindful with it. Okay. But anyway, I just said that to say, you know, it's just so funny how we're quick to throw names out to say I'm crazy or she's crazy when it's really being aware of the things that most of us all do anyway.
Right.
It's just being aware of it.
Right. Like don't put that label on.
Right.
Like don't label yourself crazy.
Right. Because then you walk around really feeling like
you crazy.
You crazy.
And it's like, no.
Affirming that shit.
Yeah.
Stop affirming that shit.
You told me that earlier. What did I say earlier?
Oh, what did you say?
Stop affirming
that shit. It's gonna have to come to me because
I can't remember either. But you said something else earlier, and you said, "So do you overthink?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that's why I say we all do it.
Okay.
It happens.
Often or what?
You know, because I'm in the practice of catching myself. I catch myself. But it still creeps in. It still shows up. It still says, those doubts and the fears and the what ifs and the judgment. That's why I say it's all in attachment to an ego and to other influences. Because why are we overthinking?
And when you say you be snapping out of what you like,
I hear myself. It's like, and I got this from Eckhart Tolle too. All these practices are really amazing how they will bring perspective and make you view once you're going through your day to day. He talked about hearing the voices in your head, right? And then stepping back away from the voices and seeing what that is. So I am the being that's seeing the voices in my head. So I don't have to identify with that. So once I learned to detach myself from every thought that arises, it allowed me to be okay with being still and not let the voices disturb me.
Right. Because they gonna do that shit to me all the time.
Right.
It's like, why I can't just be chilling? You just gotta get in my head, like the thoughts. It's just like, I don't even know, oh my gosh.
But imagine yourself.
Yes.
The voices are there. Okay, let me step back and observe them. Let me observe what these voices are doing, what they're saying, how they're making me feel. Now, who are these voices? Where are these voices? And I'm here able to see this. And I'm chill.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a detachment. So that is one of the practices where I'm like, let me remove myself, my true self, which is what I'm always talking about. People be like, I'm true to myself, I love myself, I'm this and that. But it's like, but are you aware of your true inner being?
And then the difference between when you sit and the observing, the true self backs up to observe.
Yes.
The
Think of it as a projector, watching your life on a projector, and you're able to sit and watch yourself.
That's some deep shit.
Yeah, but it really works. It helps.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. No, it does. And I'm gonna try that.
Another thing that I also do, this would be more of a nighttime, one of my nighttime routines, is empty myself. Because a lot of this is all ego. I just did a video talking about ego versus confidence. Like when you're confident, you don't need that validation. You don't really care what other people think. Not in a sense of like, fuck you. But it's like, I know who I am and I'm confident in what I say and the decisions that I make and how I move. Versus ego is like, I'm coming in and I'm trying to own something and prove myself. So I have a practice every night that when I do feel overwhelmed or when I'm questioning myself, that I empty myself. And it's just being intentional about being aware of what's in my mind so that I can release it. And I just ask that this ego is released. Whatever I'm about to move in, release these feelings, release these thoughts, release that from me and allow me to be true. Because if I was given this vision, remove the ego from it and let it be truth as I walk in it. So I do that. And another practice with emptying is energy clearing, which is why I said the attachment of other people's energy. Think about the conversations that you have throughout the day that stick with you. That means there's an attachment of other people's energy that you're still in it. It is not even existing at this point.
Yes. And that's true, because you could be in a good mood, go be around certain people, come back and you feel all drained. And you're like, why I feel like this? And then now I'm able to realize like, oh, I was with or I was doing for sure.
Yeah. So we have to we have to be intentional about removing that. And sometimes we're not. We're caught up in, we're annoyed, we're pissed, versus at this point, it's not helping me to feel this way. So I need to release that shit. I need to let it go.
Let that shit go.
Let that shit go.
That's when you go breathing in.
Let that shit go. Let that shit go, which is another thing. In order to let shit go, you have to be aware that there's shit to be let go of.
Right. And being okay with letting that shit go too. Because sometimes
not just on the surface.
That. Ooh, damn. Deep.
You are.
I'm serious. You be saying some deep stuff.
Because I'm talking to myself.
For
shit.
real.
Let me tell you. You know what? I also was talking about take the mask off, which is once again releasing that ego, because people are so quick to compare their story, their lives, and think when you see someone confident that ain't shit going wrong in their life, it must be perfect. When when you truly dig deep and you do some inner work, it may be some bad days, but the mask is off.
Yeah.
So you don't have to front. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to act like you got to show up. Like a lot of people like to put their emotions and their business out on social media and Facebook, and then you have to live up to that.
Right.
There is none of that when you've done the work for yourself. There is no validation. There is no sympathy that I need.
Yeah, that's where I come from.
Yeah. And so it doesn't mean that all your shit is together. Right. It just means your inner shit is together. Your inner foundation is set. Yeah. Right.
Which is beautiful because, that's work to get to that point too. Because, it's one thing to be like, yeah, I'm confident in myself, but it's like, are you though? Because that's when you said the ego thing. Because sometimes we can let the outer world and society make us feel like we're supposed to be a certain way. And I say that too, because sometimes I can find, and when you say social media, I'm a photographer and I do content, and it's like, that's a saturated space right now. And if I didn't feel so confident in what I do and who I am and what I bring to the table for my clients and who I would want to work with, I feel like I would get sucked in everything that everybody else is doing and what they say is the right way, all these gurus and stuff. And I'm just like, that could be them, but I am going to be me. Like, I don't feel like I need to change and do what everyone else is saying you're supposed to be doing in this market of photography and content creation. And so I said that to say, with the whole confident thing and knowing who you are and what you do in a world of saturated stuff that everybody's doing.
Follow the trend.
Yeah, follow the trend.
Yeah.
It's like, And same thing in personal life too, You could have a friend full of people that love to do over the top things. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm the pretty chill one. But the people around me, they love doing that stuff. And I'm okay with that. But, I'll experience that with them. But on my day to day, it's like, no, I'm just like, the chill, super chill. But that doesn't mean I need to start thinking like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. Yeah, I'm missing out. Yeah. It's like,
I think that's matter of fact, I think that's what anyone pursuing entrepreneurship, your own business, that overthinking, the comparing. Yeah. I mean, because like I
scroll and get the.
Yeah.
Oh, should I go?
Then you look at numbers.
Yeah.
And you're like, a lot of this stuff is fake and some is real. Who knows? It's not my business.
Yeah.
But you'll get sucked into thinking that that's the right way. And then you lose your actual passion and purpose of the message and the people that you're supposed to be impacted.
Because everybody is, everybody have their people. And I had to learn that too. Because I'm like, what I have to offer is not for everyone. Like, I work with business owners, but just because you just started a business, that means you're looking for what I'm having to offer. Because I expect for clients to be ready to work and ready to take their business serious. And not everyone is ready to do that, but they want a business. So it's kind of like, that doesn't mean I need to go work with this person. I want that person to work with me. So it's like knowing who you are and what your business stands for and the values and all of that. So that way you not just out here just like, searching for everybody. It's like, no, that's just not my client. And I'm not your photographer. I'm not your content creator.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. It's not like, oh, just because you're paying me, I'm supposed to be working with you. Like, no, I'll be unhappy then. But I did that too, though, in the beginning.
Learning curve to figure out who your people are at the end of the day.
And just understanding your value too, and being confident in that, like you said, because them learning curves.
I mean, that's just like our selfish days that we have. It's not for everybody. Not every woman is going to want to sit at the table and have the conversations that we have.
And understand.
Those
deep conversations, because
it's not just the cocktails. It's not just the food. It's not just the getting cute and stuff. Right. It's really wanting to release what needs to be released and then receive what needs to be received in order to, it's like a mini retreat.
No, seriously.
Because a fun mini retreat.
Yeah, because then you're surrounding yourself with women that want to be better for themselves and the real way.
The real way. I like you said that.
It's true.
No dig. The real way.
I tell Laura all the time, I'm like,
Oh.
everyone wants to do women empowerment. Everybody want to help and a lot of people are women empowering happy hour. Like, let me make you feel better through this cocktail or something. It's not even the inner work that just not happen in an hour. Yeah. It's not happening in an hour. It's not happening at that conference. It's not happening even when we sit. It's like bringing it to the surface, and it's almost like it's that work after. Yeah. That's why you have, like you said, everything else that comes with the community that you have, the calls, when we do the link ups, and then the retreat, just like bringing awareness to that self-care that you need for yourself around the right people in those environments. So that's why I just feel like everybody not gonna sit and want to do that though, because it's like, you ask us questions, you be giving us those cards. I'm like, woo, what this card gonna say?
Look, and the crazy thing is that goes back to the overthinking, because we've had conversations, because Key is top-notch marketing, branding, and understanding your business, and we've had those conversations about, because the space is not set up for I'm not going to say it's not for everyone. Not everyone is ready to be in that type of environment. That type of space.
And they get uncomfortable where they kind of shy away from the conversation because people don't want to talk about that, especially in front of other people.
Right.
And I
think vulnerable.
Yes. And I think that's why you keep it intimate, where it's not 20 people. Now, granted, you do have events where it's a bit more people, but you're not also asking them to get, you will ask if somebody's comfortable doing it, but in those intimate gatherings where we're sitting down, it's like, what, 8 of us?
It was about 8 of us.
Yeah.
Which is a good.
Right. And soon it's those same people you're growing those relationships with. I mean, I've made a friend from the community that we're like, oh, okay. So it's just appreciating that space that people can genuinely give own personal experiences too. So a lot of people not trying to sit down and talk about that. That's why I be telling you, just chill. People.
Right. And that's the point of the overthinking, that ain't nobody perfect around here.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does feel like, what am I doing what's right? But then I know the feeling, the passion, the vision is real, that I cannot fix myself to dangle something else and attract the wrong people. Right. It's like the right people are going to show up that's ready for this, because I don't want anyone looking for something, expecting something else.
Yeah, exactly.
And showing up and being like, I don't know what the hell I just entered.
Yeah, or start changing your true self.
My true self. I cannot. I can't. So the conversation and the thoughts do come up, but there's never that moment where it's like, I need to change who I am and the message and the vision to make the algorithm flow.
Right.
Okay.
And then you are a great representation of your brand too. Because a lot of people, I look at that too. I'm like, okay, who is leading this empowerment? Like, what does that look like? And you share your day-to-day on social media too. And it's mommy, and it's day-to-day, your stories. And you always say you're speaking to yourself in your messages. So it's like, if you're going to empower me, like, I want to know the real you too, not just the, you pop up and I'm putting this label on this and I want you to show up with, I don't know. I can go deeper and deeper into that, but I just feel like
real is
not
real.
The same. I almost want to stop using the word empowerment when I think of
and
what
you said that
do.
Too.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, it's
so trendy.
I just don't want it to get confused. Because you've been working real hard on everything that you try to do for women, and making women become better people. That's why I tell people, like, you helped me a whole lot. And I've seen the growth within myself. Other people around me have seen it. So it's just like, I'd be like, Laura, tell y'all. be talking to Laura. And y'all need to clock in with her, because I'm telling you, it's some good stuff. It's very helpful with me growing into my, new life, about to be a wife, and just like my professional career too, like growing in my business. We put in a lot of work together mentally for me, and we're consistently just continuing to get better. So I just think it's cool. And then you have your new call that you're going to be doing which I was just so flattered because I get them all the time. But that kind of work is good. So I'm excited for you to be offering that to women that just want to dive and kind of get that, because it helps. It just makes you feel more light. I just feel more light. I feel more like at ease and confident in what I do on a day-to-day basis in the different relationships that I build with people, that I'm not holding on to like old things, and I can just move in the right direction and be clear. You know, I do a lot of self-work, you know, that I've learned through Laura. So I just feel like that's exciting. That's exciting that, you know, I gotta share you now, but you know, y'all just be good to her. Just be good.
Yes, I love it. Well, I mean, this was fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Thank you for bringing up. Right, she literally bust the bubble about dropping these coaching calls that I'm really excited about sharing with the world. You can check the description. It's something that's really near and dear to me.
Yeah,
because I know the inner work that I have done, and then seeing Key with the transformation and being able to speak on it genuinely. I mean, it means a lot. So I'm really excited to be able to impact the women that are ready to do true inner work. True inner work.
For real.
And it's not work where it's like,
it's not bad work.
Gosh, I'm a horrible person. It's more like I'm liberated. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This is awesome.
You respond to things different. You know, you don't just, you're intentional. You're very intentional with your life, your time, you're surrounded with, you know, all of those things, because you're doing that inner work and you don't want to waste that time that you know, you want everything to count. We're not perfect, but you know, we can at least be aware of our weaknesses and our strengths, and you know,
and highlight those strengths.
Exactly.
More,
and just imagine everybody in the world doing this kind of stuff.
Gosh. Heal the world, make it a better place.
Just saying.
Yes. Well, if y'all enjoyed this conversation with Key and I, make sure that you subscribe, you share this video, and comment down below if there's a topic that you'd like us to bring back. This is not just the first or the last. Okay. We will be coming back again. So if you want more of us, let us know what you would like to hear more of. And we appreciate y'all for being and tuning in with us today.
That's so funny.
You like it?
I know.
We'll see you next time.